Hey everybody, I've been creating a lot of content on the topic of relationship marketing versus network marketing. Of course, relationship marketing is this, industry in my mind that I've created, kind of even fabricated, if you will, to really run as a parallel to the network marketing industry as it sits. Many of you have heard me share over the recent months that I believe there is a shift coming to the industry, and that's where a lot of these videos are being derived from, because I believe there is a shift coming into the entire industry. And if you can be ahead of the curve, you're already going to be a leader when the shift comes, instead of trying to catch up to everybody else that is already making the shift. So I always tell people you can either be a part of creating the shift or you can be part of following the shift. I think it's always better if you're part of creating the shift. So many people have heard me talk about many different topics, but this particular video today is I want to run a parallel between, if somebody were asked to meet Keith, when somebody finally says yes, I know we're jumping forward to past, how do you find people, how do you network, how do you start a conversation with somebody? Many of you have heard me teach on intentional conversations. We're gonna get to a lot of that content here on this YouTube channel as well. But today I want to talk because I get often asked, Keith, what would you do differently than what's currently being done in the industry? If you were in the industry, what would you recommend? What have you seen, and where do you think in the realm of this shift, where do you think things are moving to? So in my opinion, I'm gonna role play. I might be a little exaggeratory. And remember, you've all heard my disclaimer. I'm not suggesting anything you're doing is wrong or has been the wrong way. Obviously, there's been successes created, but I'm talking about things that are getting ready to come. So I'm not necessarily saying, stop doing everything you're doing, it's all wrong and you have to listen to me. I'm not saying, hey, cut cold turkey today. All I'm asking you to do is to be open, to begin maybe to blend some of what I'm teaching you into some of the things you're already doing, and then you measure by your own results. And so don't forget, that's my disclaimer. So currently in most network marketing companies, when somebody finally says yes, like I've got my producer sitting behind the camera, I'll use him as the example. Let's say I'm in network marketing and Brandon says, Keith, yes, I'm in. Most people in today's industry of network marketing, the first thing, the language begins to sound like this. Hey, let's figure out who are your top 100 people. Let's figure out your network. Let's figure out who you know. Let's figure out who your family and your friends are and all that kind of stuff, Then the next step goes to, hey, Brandon, let's get together and do a party or an in-home demonstration or a guest event, whatever you call them in your particular company. Then it's about me trying to get Brandon to get his group of people together as fast as possible so then I can get in front of them to help share the vision of the great opportunity the company has to offer. And there are phenomenal opportunities in this industry. I love this industry. Great products, there's great comp plans, there's great visions. And so that's a lot of times, that's the languaging when things begin. When somebody says yes, it goes right to, hey, this is how we're gonna get started. Okay, that's network marketing as it stands. In the parallel universe that I'm, relationship, maybe I'll make myself the, the president or the king or the mentor's fine, of relationship marketing, I would do something more like this. Because see, something I've recognized that I know you have too, is there's high turnover. Have you noticed that? There's high turnover. Some statistics say it's high as 82% to 85% turnover within the first 6 months. That means every Brandon that I bring into the company, if I bring in 100 Brandons, 82 to 85 of them will quit within the first 6 months. And when somebody quits, who do they blame? They never blame themselves. They're gonna blame the person who brought them into the company, or they're gonna blame the company itself, or they'll blame the industry. I think one of the smartest things somebody could do when it comes to relationship marketing is really think about, why is it people quit? Think about that for a second. Why is it people quit? Now, I have a very strong answer for that. And I think the number one reason why people quit, it's when their experience doesn't match their expectation. I mean, in a general sense, that's why people quit network marketing. Honestly, I think that's why people quit anything in life. People quit when their experience doesn't match their expectations. But if you start to pick that apart a little bit and dive a little deeper, I believe one of the reasons why people quit network marketing is because of a lack of belief or a lack of commitment. So many decisions today in the industry as it sits are made so quickly, they go into jumping right into business as soon as they hit their first obstacle, their first bump in the road, or they go home and tell their friends and their family, and they quickly discover their friends and their family maybe are not as excited about the opportunity as they are, They don't know what to do with that. And they made such a, if you will, shallow decision, not shallow as in like vein, but shallow in like roots, shallow roots. They made such a shallow decision. When the opposition comes, it's easy for them to give up, give out, and give in, and they quit. I know many of you have been ghosted. I know many of you have started people and they never do anything. So this is where I'm coming from. I think one of the biggest reasons why people quit, take it down a few levels beyond the bigger quote I just gave you a moment ago, I think it's because they don't understand truly the power of what they just decided to be a part of. So Brandon just said yes to me to be in my business, but he said yes most likely because he wants to make money. He's super excited. You've told him all the things that are possible in the company, and he needs more money. He wants more money. He wants more time with his family, so he jumps in because of that desire. I think that's something we all have. But he doesn't really even know for sure necessarily what he's jumped into. I mean, he knows I've said network marketing, he can say network marketing. But see, in relationship marketing, when I understand this, I really care about Brandon and his longevity in the company. I really want to make sure he understands the bigness, if you will. Is that right word, the bigness? The bigness of the decision he just made. Or I should say how important it is, how powerful it can be that he just became a part of something that I believe can literally change the rest of his life. You say, well, Keith, what would be the first step in showing somebody that? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm only gonna get to one of them today, okay? But the first step that I would have Brandon do, and I know this is gonna bore some of you, but that's okay. If you like 85% turnover, keep doing what you're doing. But I don't like turnover. I want to try to avoid it, especially if I know it's something that's so prevalent. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna help Brandon build his belief. Because see, if I can help him dig his roots in deeper to his decision, when the wind blows, his tree will not fall over as fast as somebody else's. So the first thing I would do to help Brandon put those roots into the ground on the decision he just made is I would challenge him. I would say, hey, Brandon, you know what? You just said yes today. It's X date. I really want you to see the power of what you just said yes to. So here's a couple things I'd like you to do over the next 2 weeks. And what I'm going to challenge him to do, and I'm going to help him because I'll have these tools, and you would as well, is I want to help him learn how awesome and amazing the industry is. I want to help him validate his decision to be in relationship marketing, or would you call it network marketing? Cool. So I'm going to have him, I may have some book suggestions for him to say, hey, read these books. You know, they're powerful books about the validity and the power of the industry. You know, some people go, oh, network marketing is a pyramid scheme. Oh, it's a scam. All these made up stories that people don't really even know what they're saying, but they just repeat them because somebody said it to them. I want Brandon to go and really research and figure out how big of an industry this is, the billions of dollars it just brings in every year. I want him to hear other people that have been recognized as successful business people endorsing the power of the industry. I may encourage him to go find the current events or the periodicals of the industry, like Networking Times, different things of that nature, to show him how powerful and how many people really are in it. Because what I'm trying to do is, he just decided, maybe for the first time, or maybe he's doing it for the third or fourth time in his career, to become a part of this powerful industry. So I want him to understand what the bigness of it is, how amazing it is, how valid it is, how legitimate it is, and really hear something from people that really know what they're talking about, saying this industry is amazing. Here's the history of the industry. Here's how long it's been around. Here's the forefathers, or here's the 4 companies of the industry. See, what I'm gonna help him do is I'm gonna help him grow his roots into the ground to grab on to all the things that this industry is and what it can bring into his life. Basically, I'm gonna help him validate his decision-making process. If you ever study decision-making or negotiating or different things of that nature, it's a process in our mind, whether we know it or not, it is. So what I'm trying to help him do is validate his decision so he'll have a good post-decision dissonance. It's like in economics, you have post-purchase dissonance, which is your reaction to how you feel about something after you've purchased it. Does that make sense? And so in this industry, it's about post-enrollment dissonance. How do you feel after you've enrolled? How validated do you feel? How legitimate does it feel for you? How real does it feel for you? Because see, I want Brandon to understand, he didn't just go, oh yeah, I want to try this out like a hobby. This is cool. I hope I make some money. That'd be like talking him into going into a convenience store and buying a lotto ticket. That's not the level of decision or commitment that I'm going to be looking for from Brandon. I want him to truly understand the power of the decision that he made and how amazing this really industry is. and I'm going to give him maybe some research assignments, maybe a book or two to read, like The World's Greatest Networker, some other great books in network marketing, maybe explaining compensation plans or different things of that nature to really help him understand the validity of the industry, maybe periodicals that talk and feature stories of successful people or the heritage of the industry, because I want him to know he made a great decision, because I know something he doesn't know. His expectation is not that he's going to go home and people are not going to be excited. He's so excited, he thinks everybody he talks about it is going to be as excited as he is. I already know that's not going to be the case. I already know somebody is going to attack the decision Brandon just made. Like in Bruce Wilkerson's book, The Dream Giver, he calls them border bullies or dream stealers. They're people in your life that may not be as positive as you are about the decision you just made. I know he's going to experience those already. And I know if I don't give him something to tie his roots into that he can speak from with an educated confidence, those other people may sway him or cause him to doubt his decision or cause him to doubt the power of this amazing industry, and then he'll get shaky. He'll have what I call shaky faith, and he won't really know if he made the right decision or not. So that'll be one little flag in his mind, like, well, did I make the right decision? No, I hope I did. And he'll be able to withstand maybe a family member or two or three or four. But then when you couple that with maybe somebody told him no and a few other dynamics of what people experience in the first 6 months, he's gonna blow out as fast as he blew in. See, when somebody's gonna join my business like Brandon, I wanna take the time out of my relationship, relationship marketing. I want to take the time out of my relationship with Brandon to honor the decision that he's wanting to make and really help him understand the depth and the power of that decision. Because I know obstacles are going to come. I'm going to tell him the same thing. These are going to come. You're going to want to know that you have your own knowledge about how powerful this industry is. So you're not just repeating what I've told you. I want you to see the validity of it so you can dig your roots into it. You can build your belief upon it. So when the naysayers come or the obstacles come or the people quit or they tell you no, you still know that has to do with them, not you, Brandon, and not the industry. Because see, that's going to help him weather the temptation to quit when those things happen. See, this is all about building a relationship with somebody, helping them build a relationship with the industry so they can stand stronger and firmer in the decision that they made, be part of my business. Because the last thing I want is for Brandon to say yes in a shallow, unknown way, out of excitement or hype and all the excitement. I'm not saying you can't be excited, all that stuff, that's fine. But I want him to dig deeper because I'm the one that's going to be investing time into training him and working with him. Think about this. How many people have you trained, invested all that time into, and all of a sudden they just disappear and you're like, oh my gosh, I've just wasted 6 months of my time. I'd rather have Brandon say yes. Begin to walk him through what I would describe as a 90-day strong startup, a strong start. You know, people talk finish strong. I'm about a strong start. How do you start strong? Why wait till the finish to finish strong? I want you to start strong because I'm the one investing my time into his life and his future business, and I want to make sure I'm doing it in such a way to get a return out of it. If I told you I was going to go invest money, I don't want to just throw it away and have it not come back to me. I want to invest it somewhere that's going to bring me a return one way or another, sooner and or later. Does that make sense? So I want you to run that parallel in your mind. When the next person says yes to you, how are you going to help them really say yes in a way that has depth and roots that will dig into who they are, into the industry, that anchor them to their decision? So when the wind blows or the storm comes, they can say, you know what, that may be, but I know, I saw, I've read for myself. I know how amazing this industry is. I'm not leaving. I wish they would come with me. I wish they would have been excited, but they weren't, but that's okay. I'm not quitting. I'm going to continue to move forward. So think about that today. The next time somebody says yes, and ask yourself, how are you helping them do these things? And remember, are you in relationship marketing or are you just in network marketing as it stands today? There's a shift coming. This kind of stuff will help you be ready for it and bring people in a way that they will stay. Because here's the closing statistic. Did you know if you can get them past the first 6 months, they're 2 times more likely to be in your business 36 months from then. That's a powerful statistic. So I'll leave you with that. I look forward to talking to you again soon. God bless you.